The interesting thing about us as a bus company is that you might think that we would be against car ownership. But we aren't at all. What's important about car ownership is knowing when to use it and when not. By all means have a car, but knowing not to use it to travel around the town or internal journeys in the town is a very significant benefit. So aside from the specific point that a busload of people has a much lower carbon footprint than the same number of people in their own transport, and I think of the poster which shows that there's 93 seats on a number 17 bus. If they're all filled and they run every 7 minutes, imagine those 93 people all in their own transport, the amount of space that takes up, never mind what comes out of the tailpipes of cars that might come out of it. So before we start, we have a sort of numbers advantage on carbon footprint, which is very significant in Reading because the buses are very well used. But of course we go much further than that. Even now we use biodiesel as a fuel, which improves the emissions regime very substantially. The borough has enabled us to invest heavily in new buses over the last few years. And these new vehicles are Euro 4 and they're pretty clean in their own terms. So they have clean engines, they use biofuel, and now we're looking at how we can actually go one stage further and change the fuel or power source that we're using.
Do you use a bus?
I do indeed. I come to work every day on the 26 or the 25, they're both as good as each other as far as I'm concerned. And apart from the fact that's important that I should do that, because I like to see what's happening on a daily basis, it actually makes good sense. And interestingly enough, I find that the time that it gives me, a few minutes to collect my thoughts and send a few texts or emails or just decide what I'm going to do or work out how I'm going to cope with the perils of the day, that time is very valuable.